What is up, you guys? We are back, and as you can see, we are here in front of this thing right here again. Pretty much what's going on today, gonna be messing with this truck some more, and looking at the power steering and the oil pump, because I'm almost 100% positive. Hold on, man. Almost 100% positive that the oil pump needs to be changed. The oil pump is working, but there's a spindle in it that's broken. And that is backwards, but it was on there when I bought the truck. So all I have to do is take these two bolts right here off. I can take those right there. Focus, yeah, focus. I can take those off on both sides and just flip it around. I might do that today. But anyway, so yesterday we talked about that, and that goes inside there. Now, I got the truck stuck. I got the truck stuck in these two dips right here. That's why, well, stuck there. And then it came out. When I pulled it out, got it out of there, it got stuck here, and this is where the steering stopped. So, and it spun through my hand like really, really quick. But anyway, so one problem turns out to be two separate problems that are together. That's the gasket from the power steering pump. That little part right there. All right, this was on there like that, inside the auxiliary, whatever you want to call that, of your oil pump. Now, there's a little bit of oil, but none ran out of it, so that's good. But that, as soon as I seen it, I knew it broke off. So this right here is like an extension that goes on to the end of there, like that, almost like a spacer that puts those two together. So now it's going to be draining the oil out. Got my catch pan. I got the vehicle numbers and stuff that I need to take care of. Gonna be going over here to the parts place, and gonna be going over here to the parts place now. Big shout out to Harbor Freight for the 20-ton jack, and it did a great job. Boss Level Trucking told me to get the truck up off the ground. I'll get both wheels up off the ground. So I jacked it up, used blocks, all that stuff. Jacked it up, got it up off the ground. Turned the truck on. First thing I did was I did this. Once I got it up off the ground, I could turn it with my hand without the truck being on, and I could turn it by hand, both hands, turn the wheels, but I couldn't do anything, once I put it back on the ground. So that's kind of the situation when it comes to this. It still has a fuel leak, and the fuel leak is on the, I'll show you before I start talking about this fuel leak and stuff. But shout out to Harbor Freight, 20-ton jack. It lifted the entire front and I didn't realize, I didn't think about it. I got a concrete slab over here. I should have just put the truck over there. But, you know, I can look through my back window and see, you know, all my stuff out here. That's why I don't really put stuff over there. Because I can't really see that slab from the window. I have to like go out to the back door, and I can look straight back there. But that's the project for today. And make sure you guys take care of your health, take care of your equipment, take care of it, because it's the only one that you're gonna get. I don't think this truck really needs to be greased, because it hasn't really been anywhere. I've driven it on the highway a few times, and the last time I drove it on the highway was before I brought it here in the backyard. Excuse me. And I'm really just taking a good little time while I'm at home to really look at everything that needs to be looked at. There's an alarm tone going off all the time. I got to figure out what that is. I unplugged it from the radiator. Thought that was it, but that's not it. But I know that is the sensor. That's the sensor that tells you that you're low on coolant. But if you stick your finger off in there, you can touch it. So unless the coolant is at the very top, that's the only other thing. And the alarm tone still stays on even when the air pressure kicks in. Is at full level. So gotta figure out what that annoying thing is. But the power steering thing is the primary issue, number one, because get that back working, then, well, my bad, let me rephrase this. The oil pump and the power steering are the current two issues right now. That is my VIN number. That is my VIN number. Anyway, working on the oil pump, power steering pump. I think the power steering pump is perfectly fine. Just that piece that I showed you seized or broke off. I still got oil pressure, so I know the oil pump is working. Because I wouldn't have oil pressure if it wasn't working. I do need to do some more research about the STC, the STV. I'll show you. And the guy who was asking me about the truck was asking me about the white smoke. All right, underneath there is a that thing right there. That it never started smoking white smoke until I changed the oil. And once I changed the oil in it, crank it up, it started running. Then not too long after that, it started smoking white smoke out of it. Which I did some research. It says that it'll do that because this, however that works. But anyway, I think I've talked about that before. The fuel leak is coming from the bottom of this gasket right here. This right here doesn't leak. That right there doesn't leak. It's leaking right up underneath here. And you get up underneath and you can see it, but it looks like some RTV gasket was put up underneath it. If you look right down there. You can't see mine. Right there. So that is that. Now, other than that, we and as I'm fixing stuff, I'm not really a mechanic working on video making type person, because once I start doing it, I'm not fixing to mess with my phone, because it's like when I took that off, once it went to troubleshooting how to get that back bolt out, because it's way back in there. But luckily what I do have, yeah, shout out to Harbor Freight, 20-ton jack, definitely worth the money, plus it may come in handy for other stuff. And to get that bolt off, it's a 9/16 wrench. I'd advise any of you guys, if you don't have any, to get you some open close ratchet wrenches. These really come in handy, because that tight spot back there, I had nothing. I don't have anything to cut metal with like that, but this right here got the job done. So definitely worth the money. And if you're around Memphis, where those two Flying J's are, north of Olive Branch, Mississippi, Pilot Flying J's. Anyway, there used to be two truck stops that was right next to one another. If you go down that road, you can walk from the truck stop and go there. There's a place that sells tools in Milwaukee and DeWalt. They sell everything. If you catch those guys when they have sales, you're gonna get some of the best deals on tools anywhere. I bought extra tools just because I looked up the price of the tool set like these. I got 2 sets of these because they were on sale, 2 for $120, and the regular price, it might have been $100 or like I think it was less than $100, but anyway, around $100. I got the full set of these, metric and standard. So it's a great deal. Of course, it's doggone wasp. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. I'm fixing to get off in this stuff. So yeah, you know what YouTube channel it is. Stay tuned for more videos.